Guys, Saturday. I really wish I was coming at you from the boat. Yeah, Jerry. Jerry called me a pussy, said that I wouldn't do a brew review from the boat. Well, why wouldn't I? Hell, I'll do a shooting video from the boat. But it wasn't going to happen today. One of the projects I'm working on has a lot of really nasty outside stuff, and since 6:30 this morning I've been on the fourth section of scaffold that's sitting on the second floor of one of our condo projects. There's some issue with the rain leader, and against my better judgment, we decided to move it from the existing one that's in the wall to coming out and running it down the wall, and yet I don't think that this was actually the problem, but I guess we'll find out. So I had enough sun, so I came home and took what had to have been one of the best feeling showers I've had in a while, because I was a mess. So a beer sounds awesome right about now. Of course, having a beer in a boat sounds even better. It still might happen. It still might happen. What are we looking at? Well, the votes are in. I was going to do a brew review the other night, and I know, Chuck, you don't care. Another day where we were out doing landscaping and a bunch of drainage issues on a different property, and I got home and I was like, man, I could go for a beer. And by the time I got down here and had everything all ready, evidently the sun caught up with me, and that's why you haven't seen me, because long exposures in the sun, and like right now I don't even know what the heat index is. We were actually under some kind of a warning today for the heat, and yet I was out on, you think about weird things at the moment in time when you're up on scaffolding, and you're looking down going, it's a long fall just to get to where the scaffold ends, and then if I continue then I end up 2 more stories, but thankfully the dump truck would catch my fall, if you were to like pass out from heat stroke or something. But or they'd find me with with my fall harness having cut into an artery, and that's how I ended up going out. We're going to look at Great Divide today. This is HEYDAY, Belgian style white ale, and I asked you guys to vote, and I appreciate everybody that helped out in a major landslide. You want to see them, from my guess, from worst to best. So that means it's going to go the Belgian style white ale. For some reason the Pilsner ended up the third worst, then the Farmhouse. They got switched. Technically I'll probably like the taste of the Pilsner better, but the alcohol percentage was higher on the Farmhouse. And then of course the Titan IPA. So we'll see how this really goes. This one was 5.2% by volume, and the only thing right off the bat that it has good going for it is a little dude on a motorcycle. Also had the opportunity to do that today. My friend Tim texted me and said, "Want to go for a ride?" And I texted him back about 3 hours later when I finally was clean enough to touch my phone and said, "I don't really want any more sun." Put on some leathers. Who could that be? Let's see if it's someone good. See if it's someone that we can invite to the hangout. It's Jeremy, pre-dawn death. He said there was an osprey flying over his house. Yeah, I've seen an osprey. It's cool. Okay, so let's do this before I get. Seriously, Jeremy, can you not? Blah, 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 blah. I'm in the middle of a brew review, so fuck off. Oh yeah, sorry, Ray. Oh, sorry. Cap looks something like that. So, ooh, how about those politics? Heck yeah. Hillary the Clinton, I think she's going nowhere. Wow, this looks like pear juice. I shit you not, look at that. Yeah, an osprey, okay? I got it, okay? An osprey flew over your house. It was really cool. Seriously, look, that has got to be one of the most disturbing colors. See, now I'm not sure if when Jim sends beer, if he's going for some high marks or, you know, trying to take back the reins on the worst ever. And as you see, the carbonation was a flash in the pan. I hate the fact that I said it looked like pear juice, because now it's like, it sort of smells a little bit like pear, and you know, the typical Belgian yeast has that kind of bubblegum or banana-like smell, but it has kind of a fruity start. Okay, well, Jeremy, I'm a very important person, and you need to stop bothering me. Oh, just in case he like sent a picture. Yeah, Jeremy, I know what an osprey looks like. They can take off traditionally, or like a helicopter. At least I think they can take off traditionally. I don't think the blades. I don't know. They might not be able to take off. Stop my camera. Who cares? It's just a brew review. Well, I'm pretty sure the plane is already adiosed past your house, so. Okay. Cheers, guys. So far I'm feeling pretty good about my order. So, Hillary, maybe if you're a fan of the Belgian style beers, it'd be more interesting to find out what you know, your opinion is on some of the ones like say Vitus that I really like and would actually purchase, versus, you know, some of the other ones. Okay, here's what's going down with this one. I did not just brush my teeth, but you know that not quite miserable like having a glass of orange juice after brushing your teeth, but if you were to have, say, any kind of a liquid after brushing your teeth, I get this weird kind of a zinger kind of thing even before I notice the Belgian style, the banana bubblegum kind of ish flavor. And even though it looks flat as hell, it still has a carbonation while consuming it. Well, as you can see, it will be finished, so it's not getting like a 0 or anything like that. I mean, Okay. Okay, so Great Divide Brewing Company. These are out of Denver, Colorado. Denver. I saw quite a bit of this when I was out there. It was 5.2% by volume. It is a Belgian style white ale, and you know, just right up front, I am not a huge fan of it. So if you are, maybe, you know, maybe something like this is maybe like, yeah. But on the E scale, I would give it a 2. Okay. I'm going to put a little thing, and I'm going to put down the order that I predicted and the E-scale number that I gave them, you know, mainly for me. Yeah, politics. Got a couple cool things too. You know, maybe I should just do an ebomey video on some of this stuff. I'm starting to feel like Chuck. I've just got shit piled up all over the place that I could actually do a video on, but it's a lot of things I'd really like to be able to get out and shoot them. Do a you know, initial thoughts kind of thing, but I don't know. I might just like the. Oh, that's right, because I told Bobby that I wouldn't show this anymore, just for him, so he doesn't have a desire to, you know. And I really appreciate the fact that Rock Island Armory, the only markings that they put on there, like Paul Hasman was asking me, is some of the initial versions of this, it was like all down the whole damn gun, and I'm really glad that someone talked them out of doing that. So maybe get out and shoot that tomorrow. The Ruger, actually just the slide, is back from my gunsmith. Right off the bat, the grips that are on here, there's a little bit more of the grays in these ones than the ones that were on here. The ones that were on here had kind of a light, kind of a greenish hue to them. These are actually the grips that were on the Rock Island, and the reason that I put them on here is this has a magwell, and these grips are specifically made for a magwell. The downside is they're also made for an ambi lever, but I really don't care that it has a little notch. You know, instead of trading out the grips, it would just be easier to put an ambi lever on here. But why am I showing this to you? Because if you remember, in the middle of my brother-in-law shooting it, the front blade, the Ruger front blade, went flying off of it. And I contacted my friends at Heinie, and in this particular case, Sarah at Heinie, and they sent me a set of their I don't know what's the right word. I call them the snowmans. They got the Trichicon dots, and you would line the dots up and down. It's got the right there. Now, initial thoughts that, because I have these also on my Springfield XDM, is there is some white to those Trichicon. You know, like for instance, you got that look, or I guess something that's equal. This look. And those vials are, these are the Meeperlites. And these are tritium inserts also, and so are the Trichicon. It's a smaller vial, and it's not really outlined in white as much as the Meeperlites. And I thought that would be kind of an acquisition in bright light like outdoor, but I actually really like shooting the XDM since upgrading it, and that's why I wanted to put a set of these on here. And as you can see, they also have that nice ledge, so that you know, if you needed to rack it on your pants, or you know, on the edge of a table, it's got that nice hook. The JR10. These ones would be this is what whoever breaks through the door and needs a little something to eat. That's what they'll be getting. So yeah, I got it's kind of a delay, kind of a trauma. My I thought about putting these on. I took the original set off myself. Oh yeah, that's right. This is a beer channel, True Brit from Summit, and a handgun. Beautiful. Fuck you, anti-gunners. I don't give a shit. Hey, Shelps. I took the old ones off. I don't have a pusher for this style sights, so I had my man Bill's Gunsmithing do it for me, and he had what would had to have been one of those nightmare moments. The pusher actually snapped the front sight off, so he had to order another one through Heinie, and Heinie doesn't really specialize, I guess, in overnight delivery service. So, but it's back together, and I mean, the look is pretty much the same as before they were not night sights. And these are awesome. If you are thinking about upgrading sights, I can tell you, if you watched my original video for my my Springfield, you can say, okay, you know, he might just, you know, be saying shit because he's doing a video for Heinie, who sent him a pretty expensive set of sights. These are on here because I like those so much that I wanted these on here. So they're low profile. Even though you can use that to, like I said, with little effort, I mean, off your pants or off of something. I highly recommend giving my Heinie a look. Glad to have that back. It's a gun that does get carried. Good God. Seriously. You know, Jeremy, why don't you invest in some good internet so when you get invited to chats, we don't spend the entire time watching you go away and come back and go away and come back. And I said I had an accessory for the PMR 30. This is my first venture into actually putting a red dot on a pistol, and you guys will get a glimpse of it first over here. Yankee 4's wife is not going to be happy. This is actually pretty cool. Burrist, the Fast Fire. This is the 2. You can find some pretty good deals on these right now because they came out with the Fast Fire 3. And from what I can tell, doing a little bit of research on it, the only thing that changed, I believe the electronics, the optics, blah blah blah, all that has stayed the same. What they did is they made it so that right now what it is you need to order a plate for your particular pistol. This is a plate designed and made by Kel-Tec for the Fast Fire 2. They did not have a plate for the Fast Fire 3. So that kind of helped narrow it down, not to mention this one was about $100 less than the Fast Fire 3. So you need that plate, and then there's a rubber gasket, and then that goes down. So what changed between the 2 and the 3 is the 3, excuse me, you have to remove this from the plate to get to the battery. Now it's probably on typical usage, you'll probably get 4 or more years out of a battery, so it's not like a big deal. But you remove those 2 screws, and it pulls it off, and the battery's right in the bottom, and it's one of those 2032s. And the Fast Fire 3, evidently they made it so you can get to the battery without having to remove it from the pistol. I can tell you, if you get one of these, give it a moment before you start to have a panic attack. I don't know if, oh, there it was. Boy, this is fun to do. I like to see Chuck do one of these. There it is. I almost had a panic attack. I put this thing on here and turned it on and was like, where the hell is the dot? It was like almost not even visible, and it was like looked like about 6 mil instead of the 2 that it's supposed to be. But the thing has electronics in it, and it self-calibrates, and there's a little tiny sensor right in the very middle of the frame, and it takes on all of your ambient light, and it transitions it through making the red dot work. And evidently it was either dark enough, or on initial startup it needed to have some kind of baseline. Like if I would have been outside and turned it on for the first time, I probably wouldn't have had an issue at all. But because it was fairly dark down here, it was like, but as soon as I went upstairs, it and now I notice that the dot is completely different than it was the first time I fired it up. But it does self calibrate it. There is no intensity that you have to turn up. There is simply an on and off, and then of course it's got locks, so you can lock down your windage and elevation adjustments. So might take this out tomorrow. Probably grab a couple cases of beer and some weapons, and I'll take the boat out and do a little buoy shooting out on the St. Louis River. Just kidding. Or am I? So that's the that's some of the new stuff. We are under 3 weeks to go. So again, let's see, I got reports back from Ray. Trying to think of who else. There's a couple of people I'm not going to mention, but I need to again, if you haven't let me know, anybody that's going to be here for the shoot, if you're going to be here on Friday, we're pretty sure we're just going to go down there. It's going to be a little bit more of a drive, but it's going to be a cool opportunity to see one hell of a gun store and use an indoor shooting range. We're going to be going down to Boone's Fine Guns with Jason Shade, and he is going to be doing his certification training for his pistol class. and I just need to know. So if you're going to be here on Friday and want to take part of that, I need to know, because I need to let Jason know how many guys are going to be going. So other than that, it's just such a bummer that Hillary Clinton is having so many problems with all those emails and all the stuff that she said wasn't important, and it turns out that it was classified, and and if it was anybody but Hillary, any one of us would already be in jail. I don't think she's going to last long, though. I just don't see her making it through this. Now, on the other hand, I've already seen a bumper sticker for was it Barry Sanders? Barry, I believe. All I know about him is he's so socialist that fucking Hitler would probably freak out. I've already seen a bumper sticker. I have not seen a Hillary 2016 bumper sticker, but I've already seen one for him. People are so stupid. I don't know, maybe some people just like to live in a nanny state where you can expect everything that you need to be given to you by government. I prefer to get all my shit from Chuck. Okay, so that means tomorrow, next in line was the Pilsner. I have to admit, I may have made a hasty mistake by... It probably should have gone Belgian Farmhouse Pilsner IPA. I just got suckered in for the extra 2% of alcohol, so we'll see. But I want to thank Jim for the beer-as, and oh, where'd you come from? 1 minute you're over there, and now you're right here sleeping on the chair. God, it specializes in pathetic. Here, let me show you. Is it tough to be you? Huh? Where'd Mama go? Why you come hang out with me? Want some beer? Huh? Can you say hi to Tom? Can you do a knuckle bump? Do you want me to leave you alone so you can take a damn nap? Probably. Okay. Woo! Okay, so everybody that always says less of you, more of Shelby. Tickle, tickle. Okay, think you'll probably see me tomorrow. If you don't see me tomorrow, it's because I went out on the boat in the morning, and then had to do a couple things to that. Had my truck hooked to the boat, and none of the lights were working right, and then had it hooked to the pilot, and my neighbor said that it's good, and it turns out that something was wrong with the wiring on it, so I had a light that needed to be swapped out, and the new lights came with a wiring harness, so it was just much easier to rip all the old shit out and start over, and now everything is working just fine. So, but thanks to NIHAP hooking me up with a marine radio, because you are, I guess, probably legally, you're supposed to have one, or have to have one, when you venture out onto the big lake. I guess it's one of those things you get in trouble for if the Coast Guard pulls you over and you don't have one. But got that taken care of, so I don't know. I still might go out yet tonight. say that out loud? Of course, I wouldn't be driving. Yeah, you're right. It's probably not going to happen. Because after this one, I'm going to go grab another one, and then it'll be... Yeah, take that back. I'm not going to... I have some private beers to review, and I'll be doing that. So, I am going to leave you with one, when it comes with a cute, quaint little cap. I wouldn't mind knowing your guys' feedback. There's more of you interacting. We got our usual suspects, the inner circle, the boundaries on the inner circle, and then a couple of you guys I just honestly have to say, sometimes I don't even know what the hell to leave a comment, because somewhere between giggling and scratching my head when I read your comments. But appreciate all the comments. Like I said, it seems to be a bunch of newer guys that are either decided to finally start leaving comments or new to the channel. And I always like the interaction. I like the feedback, and I like, except for Chuck, everybody over here. It's more like family. And a friend of mine said that's because, you know, everybody is more mellow and everybody gets along better over here because you're all drunk. Could be, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I just say cheers to all you guys. Cheers to good friends. Which what does that look for? What did I do to you? I didn't go upstairs and pee in your bed. So, cheers, guys. Probably see you tomorrow. If I can early enough, I wouldn't mind getting out. I definitely want to put some initial shots through this, and definitely want to put some initial shots through that. My brother-in-law stopped over yesterday with about 300 rounds of 10mm. At this point in time, if you're coming to the shoot, the one thing we're probably going to be safe on is 10mm. So, okay. Go Hillary. Not. See you guys tomorrow. Enjoy your Saturday. Stay safe. Chuck.